I will tell you guys, Canadiens fans that watch this channel, I'm telling you right now, sometimes I get hate for calling Ivan Demidov the next Kucherov. I call him the next Kucherov. I think that Ivan Demidov has that high of a ceiling. And yes, listen, it was just a prospect game. It was just a prospect game. It's not like the end of the world. Obviously, he's going to be facing much higher competition in the National Hockey League, although there are some bad defensive teams out there. But Ivan Demidov's skill is off the charts. His hockey IQ in terms of playing in the NHL is off the charts. He is just that good. And I'm telling you right now, the Habs have a special one here. We're going to be going some really interesting prospect ranking news that I found pretty interesting that I want to go over today, guys. But welcome back to Pixel Plus Hockey. If you could make sure to hit that subscribe button, it would be so greatly appreciated. And thank you so much to those that are already supporting me as well. It is very, very humbling. And listen, at the end of the day, Ivan Demidov isn't just going to be shocking fans, he's going to be shocking players as well, because we do have Lane Hudson and Arbor Jackey's priceless reaction to the Ivan Demidov goal. The camera panned to them, and I'm telling you right now, this is a special player, and I'm telling you, I think he's going to win the Calder this year. So they're going to have back-to-back Calder Trophy winners for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, before we get into this more, I want to know, what do you believe the ceiling for Ivan Demidov is? I think the ceiling for Ivan Demidov is Kucherov. That's why I always call him the Kucherov. I think 100-plus points is the level of skill that this guy can produce. We have a very interesting quote from Habs Pascal Vincent on Ivan Demidov. Quote, "Every time you send him on the ice, you have the impression that something will happen. We had a lot of scoring chances, and he was part of the majority of those scoring chances. What he does on the ice isn't luck. He's a young player that has worked on his game and will still get better. A player like him can make a difference on every shift." Close quote. And so again, when it comes to Ivan Demidov, he's good. He's a young player. Now, it's good that he's already played in the KHL, which will give him more actual pro experience. Obviously, I don't think he's going to touch the American Hockey League, really. But again, it's going to take him a while, like once the Habs get into the playoffs. This is another reason why I really want them to make the playoffs too, to give Ivan Demidov more of an opportunity to get his feet wet. Sometimes for young players, now we don't know this for Ivan Demidov yet, but it takes them a while to get used to the playoffs, so we'll have to see in that regard. When it comes to the playoffs, to be fair to Ivan Demidov, he did have 2 points in 5 games in the Capital Series. So again, honestly, that's actually pretty impressive from a young player, because those are like the hardest games to score in the playoffs are where, defenders are defending the hardest, players are skating the hardest, people are right in your face. So honestly, the fact that he even played in the playoffs against the Capitals is just impressive in and of itself, in my opinion. Like, here's the thing. When I look at Ivan Demidov, I genuinely think it's a decent possibility that Ivan Demidov has a better overall career than Connor Bedard. I know, that's a wild thing to say, but I think that with Connor Bedard's projection right now, I think Ivan Demidov is actually going to be better than him, and it was an absolute steal when the Montreal Canadiens got him 5th overall. That was an unbelievable pick by them. Now, one thing that I always like to keep an eye on is redrafts, and Corey Pronman is really, really good for this. Essentially, what he does over the years is he'll look back at a draft and say, where should this player have gone? Because the top 10 or top 15 of a draft never stays like that. You always have players that, they just should have been drafted higher, like Braden Point and stuff like that, or just players that you're like, wow, how did that player drop so frigging low? And the same, Ivan Demidov still went quite high. He was drafted 5th overall, but I think he should have went higher than that. In my personal opinion, I think Ivan Demidov in this draft should have gone 2nd overall. Now, I'm going to get some pushback on this, I think, but I think he should have gone 2nd overall, right behind Macklin Celebrini. Now, if we look at Corey Pronman's top 5, we're going to just go in the top 3 right now. And Corey Pronman's top 5 redraft, might I add, is Macklin Celebrini, Zeev Buium, and then Ivan Demidov. So Ivan Demidov in this redraft has gone up 2 spots. I listen, I'm not going to disrespect Zeev Buium. I think he's really good. He's also played playoff games as well for the Minnesota Wild. He's really, really good. I just think the high-end skill of an Ivan Demidov is head and shoulders above Zeev Buium. Now, I understand Zeev Buium is a hell of a player, but it's just something about Ivan Demidov going around here just breaking guys' ankles. His skill, his edge work, his vision. He has an offensive ceiling that is incredibly, incredibly high. And another example, let's talk about the goal that he got, the third goal for Montreal against Winnipeg. Offensive instincts for players like this are everything. Some players have the skating and the puck skills, but they don't have the instincts. One player that has really good offensive instincts is like William Nylander. He's so good at going up by the blue line and just waiting for the right moment to pounce. Ivan Demidov might even be better than that than William Nylander. Like, he's so good at waiting in the neutral zone, waiting for an offensive opportunity. Boom, it's on his stick. Boom, he's past the defense. Backhand, forehand, top cheese. Like that's the offensive instincts and hockey IQ are what makes this player so special. And then when it was tied 2-2 against the Winnipeg Jets, you see Ivan Demidov get the puck, fly up the left side, gain the amount of speed that he needs, make a move, and then the offensive instincts after making the move to make a pass as well. And from that sequence on the ice when it was 2-2, what you notice there is him making that move, his speed coming into the zone broke down the Winnipeg Jets' entire defense. That's what elite players do. They break down the entire defense. Speed, 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 move, pass. Get behind the net, and next thing you know, you're going around the zone. And Winnipeg Jets are all just like chickens with their heads cut off, right? They don't know what the heck is going on. That's what elite players do. Elite vision, elite hockey IQ, elite offensive instincts, and next thing you know, you got yourself a 100-point player. You know what, guys? I'm going to make this question of the video. Actually, a second question of the video. Do you actually think that he's going to win the Calder this year? Could another player step up and win the Calder this year? I think it's pretty much got Ivan Demidov's name written all over it. I think we're going to see back-to-back Calder Trophy winners in the Montreal Canadiens. I think they're going to make the playoffs again. I wish they had a solidified center to play with them. That is a centerman that is kind of going to be responsible with Ivan Demidov. I can't wait to maybe see him play with Bolduc. I would love to see that line. I think that line would be a hell of a line. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to leave this video here. If you can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. And make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.